Let's talk about Nvidia. Got a street high price target today. Benchmark raises their price target to $275. They're looking for a strong 2020. We've made it our call of the day. Josh Brown.
Yeah, they're talking about 20% revenue growth and 34% earnings growth. The bears would probably say, well, that's already in the stock. That's why it's got the valuation it has. I'm not so sure about that. The semi's got a big re-rating over the last couple of years in general, and Nvidia specifically. Then it crashed by 50%. It's been a long road back, but it's almost, it's almost recovered 2/3 of what it's lost. And I think if they can deliver numbers that look anything like that, there's no reason to think this thing couldn't be at an all-time high. So I've been long the stock since 2015. No plans to change. I like reading research that supports my prior bias, and that's it for me.
Amy, you own it, but you've been trimming a little.
We've been trimming. We've owned it since 2014, so we've done really well with the stock. It's
I feel like I just got one up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay.
It's been a great position for us. We like the stock a lot, and we think that it has great technology, a lot of growth in front of it. But 50% of the revenue is from gaming. That's not going to grow anywhere near the levels that the other parts of the business are going to grow at. So we think it's probably relatively close to fairly valued here. We have huge gains in it, so we'll continue to hold it, but probably not adding at this point.
Okay.
So look, on Nvidia or any chip stock, before you make a decision buy, sell, or hold, you have to make a decision on the sector, the semiconductor sector. It's up 60% this year. We've got a lot of good news priced in, right? We got phase one of China, U.S. trade deal about to be signed in 2 weeks. There's a lot of good news priced in, so decide how you want to play the semiconductors right here. I think for the long run, they're fine, but I don't want to be very high beta in it. So I look at Nvidia and I see a beta of 2. If I really thought the chips were undervalued right now, I would take Nvidia, or I'd take AMD, which is up there, which has a beta of 3. I mean, that's crazy. Now, right now, honestly, I think the chips are ahead of themselves. That's why I favor Intel. It's got a beta of 1, so I'm playing it a little safe. The nice thing about the chip sector is you've got so many different ways to play it. Right now, I'm playing it safe with Intel.
To Jim's point, this analyst in particular is talking about $7 in earnings and a 38 multiple on calendar 2020 to get to his price target.
You got to be pretty bullish on the sector.
So you have to be like wildly bullish, like if that's your base case, which I think it is.
How can you trust that you're not going to endure another crash like you experienced?
Right.
So to Jimmy's point, there are other places in the semis, like a Lam Research, that you could potentially go.
That's fair, but let me give you the counterpoint to that. This is a question of portfolio construction. So now you say to yourself, okay, most of my portfolio does not trade at a beta of 2 times the market's volatility. Most of the things I'm invested in are not going to do anything near what Nvidia could do to the upside if I end up being right on the trade. So then you say, how does something like this act alongside a holding in Verizon or a holding in a hospital REIT? And so that's the way I'm looking at it. This is, without a doubt, one of the high-risk portions of my portfolio. So it's not every decision that you make as an investor is predicated solely on an absolute basis of one name. A lot of times, you're looking at a portfolio in totality, and you're saying, okay, what role does Nvidia play? So for me, I don't really own a lot of stocks like this, but I get your point of view as well.